I'm Rose Della, the Artistic Director and Principal of the Center for Indigenous Theatre. CIT is a post-secondary performing arts training center. We offer a 3- and 4-year full-time conservatory-style education. Our program is designed to connect theater training with traditional and contemporary Indigenous cultural practices, to advance artistic development, industry and business practices, and ultimately to cultivate professional opportunities. You will come here to train, to learn, to grow, to become the emboldened and inspired voices of tomorrow, the new generation of passionate Indigenous culture creators, to tell your stories in your voice.
Bonjour, Bidwa a Gijgokwe Dijnakas, Megazed Dodem. We are grateful to live and work and learn on this land and acknowledge the traditional caretakers of this land. The Huron-Wendat, the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Anishinaabe. Chimigwech caretakers, Chimigwech Kakamekwe.
Welcome to the Center for Indigenous Theatre's info session. My name is Jem.
And my name is Francis, and we are second-year students at CIT. We're happy to have you join us today.
We're here today to answer all your questions about our school and how you can become a student in our classes.
Have you ever thought about pursuing a career as an artist? Let us know in the comments.
If you are watching us right now, you probably have some questions in mind about the Center for Indigenous Theatre and what we're all about. Feel free to leave those in the comments too. We'll start with a little history on CIT and show you what the program and school year may look like. Then we'll go to health and safety protocol as well as how to apply and get into the program.
During our short time today, you will also get to view a feature of our first in-person showcase in the last 2 years. Also, we were able to sit down with one of our recently graduated students, Pesh Nipus. Stay tuned.
Let's jump in with a brief history lesson. CIT was founded by James Buller and was originally a 6-week program called Native Theatre School. The Native Theatre School was then renamed Center for Indigenous Theatre in 1994. We went on to become a full-time program in 1999, and then we expanded to a 3-year program in 2002 and added a 4th year in 2018.
If you're still wondering what we're all about, CIT is a post-secondary program that provides training in acting, voice, and movement. We also offer cultural classes that are focused on dance, song, and oral history. We have partnerships across Canada that we will share different experiences with throughout the year. We offer opportunities for land-based teachings with the Bajamajig storytellers in Manitowanin and Anamitogzi in Nipissing First Nation.
Very cool. Now it's time for a feature of our Shakespeare Act from December's production.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair pyramids. Hi-ho. Peter Quince. Flute to bellows bender. Snout to tinker. Starlight! God's my life, stolen hence, and left me asleep. I've just had the most rare vision. I've just had a dream. Past the wit of a man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. But me thought I was. Eeyore! No. There is no man that can tell that. But me thought I was. And me thought I had. But man isn't a patched fool if he were offered to say what me thought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, nor his tongue to conceive what me thought I had. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And to make it more gracious, I will sing it at the latter end of the play, peradventure, before the Duke. And to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
He just set scars and never felt a wound. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. That thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spirits till they return. What if her eyes were there, and they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven that through the airy region stream so bright, that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she rests her cheek upon her hand. Oh, if I were a glove upon that cheek, that I may touch that hand.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a Wagner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, that runaway's eyes may wink in Romeo. Leap to these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers concede to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match, played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood my unmanned blood bathing in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grown bold, think true love acted simple modesty. Come, civil knight, come, Romeo, come thou day and night, for thou wilt lie upon new wings of night, whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come, gentle knight, Come, loving black-brown night, and bring me my Romeo. And when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars. And he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. I have bought the mansion of love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed, so tedious is this day as is a night of some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news. Anyone that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence.
My mistress with the monsters and love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. That shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook a scene and entered in a break. Zut! When I did him at this advantage take, and asked his null I fixed on his head, and on his dispe must be answered. And forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowl awry, or russet padded coughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. Here o'er and o'er one falls, he helps and murder cries, of Athens calls.
Nay, sure, he's not in hell. He's in Arthur's bosom, if ever man went to Arthur's bosom. He made a finer end and went away, and it been any Christian child. He parted evening, between 12 and 1, evening at the turning of the tide. For after, I saw him play with the sheets and play with the flowers and smile upon his fingers' ends. I knew there was but one way, for his nose was as sharp as a pen, and he babbled of green fields. How now, Sir John? Quoth I. What, man? Be of good cheer. And he cried out, God, 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 3 or 4 times. Now I, to comfort him, bid him he should not think of God. I hoped he need not trouble himself with any such thoughts yet. So he bade me put more clothes on his feet. I put my hand into the bed and felt them, and they were as cold as any stone. Then I felt to his knees, and so upward and upward, and all was as cold as any stone. I loved being in that showcase. What was your favorite part, Francis?
Honestly, I really enjoyed performing on stage for the first time as an entire group.
Yeah, that was fun. Back to our... That's you.
That's me. Back to our program. Here's the outline of our current school year. The current cohort of first-year students started school in September. They began with an orientation period of CIT and Toronto. Students then enrolled into full-time training with the winter break in between their studies. Students are now continuing their training from January until May, leading up to graduation.
Due to COVID-19, special protocols have been put into place. This includes, but is not limited to, mandatory social distancing and facial coverings, as well as sanitization and screening before entering CIT studios. The health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff members is of the utmost importance.
That may leave you wondering what your class schedule might look like during the school year. As our current health and safety regulations continue to develop, your training may be influenced by COVID-19 related provincial guidelines. Here are your schedules. As you can see, we've had mostly in-person training this year. You have a variety of classes at CIT throughout the year, such as dance, voice, physical theater, singing, and story creation.
Now it's time for our interview with Pesh Napus.
Who are some people that inspire you?
I was like, for writing wise, I always was inspired by Cliff Cardinal, how he was able to write and star in his own one-man show. So that's kind of like the inspiration for me to write in my one-woman show. And then just like seeing how like the different kind of artists that used to come to CIT to talk, and they Michelle Thrush was here at one point, Sherry Miracle. They just just seeing like that they're still, out there doing this like art, just like really gives me more inspiration of to keep going on too.
And what was, sorry if you've been asked some of these questions. Sometimes it's good to ask them the same question more than once. Sometimes you'll say something, sometimes the question will be asked a different way. So if it does sound like a question we've already asked, then just go with it, okay? What inspires you? Now that you've said who inspires you, what inspires you to create art?
I think it's definitely that the inspiration to create art is to also inspire others. And how do I really say this? Okay, like when I'm writing my play, I talk about certain traumas or just things that young teenage girls will go through, that they will eventually know that they're not alone in all that. They're not alone when they go through these things, and they can reach out for help. So that's what's inspiring me in my writing, is to help others.
What was your favorite class at CIT?
I know I said Shakespeare, but I kind of really did improv, because we got a chance to be silly and play these games with everyone and get to know, instead of just with 1 year, we'd be with the second and third years. So yeah, that was one of my favorite classes.
Awesome. Thank you, Pesh.
Yeah. Did that inspire you to want to apply? Let us know in the comments below. Wondering what requirements are needed to apply for the Center for Indigenous Theatre? You must identify as First Nations, Métis, or Inuit. You must be 18 years of age or older. You need a grade 10 English level or higher. Have an interest in acting, movement, voice, self-discovery, and theatre, as well as an interest in exploring Indigenous culture and knowledge.
Now that we've gone over requirements, here are important documents that you must submit when applying to the Center for Indigenous Theatre. They include
an updated resume, a 500-word essay expressing your interest in theatre and coming to CIT, 2 references can vouch for your interest in theatre, a photocopy of your health card, and an audition video of you doing some script work.
To help you out with your audition, we've created a how-to video. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Sam Twin. I'm a fourth-year student here at Center for Indigenous Theatre.
Hi, I'm Teresa Cutknife, and I'm also a fourth-year student at the Center for Indigenous Theatre.
We'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do your monologues and get them sent into CIT.
Yes, so first find an age-appropriate monologue for yourself. Use something from the Indigenous canon, something like from Thompson Highway, Drew Hayden Taylor, Kenneth T. Williams. Do you have any more?
Keith Barker, Alanis King. And if you have any troubles finding anything like that, you could email CIT and we'll provide you with a monologue.
So Sam, what did you do for your audition into CIT?
I did Isaac from Thunderstick by Kenneth Williams. What about you? What did you do?
I was sent a collection of different story pieces from Coyote City. What to wear? Wear something simple, neutral colors, something that you're comfortable and confident in.
Yep. And you know, there's not really a time limit for it, but it should be around 3 minutes.
If you have any other skills that you want to show, like singing, dancing, hand drumming, anything and everything, feel free to submit it. But you do have to have a monologue.
Unless, of course, you're a storyteller and you have a story, then you could submit that instead of the monologue, but no accents, please.
And the most important thing is to have fun. And if you stumble, that's okay.
Yep.
You can do it over and over, as many times as you feel. Have any other difficulties like doing your monologue or audition?
Probably the hardest part was memorizing it all, and I had somebody film it for me. I did not know that it was best to film it with a neutral background, so I filmed it just in a living room and there was a lot of things in the background, but it worked out. And you don't need a professional camera. We're doing this on an iPhone 10. You can stack it up on some books or put it on a table, whatever you gotta do. As long as it's capturing basically from half of your torso up so we can see your shoulders and your head. You could have a relative or somebody hold the camera for you and you could just send that into CIT.
Have fun.
There are ongoing requirements in order to remain in the program. Curious on what it takes to be a CIT graduate? You are expected to be on time and present for all classes, and you must actively be looking for funding while you attend your studies. Tuition costs each year are $3,750.
Now it's time to watch a feature of our very own Keen Buffalo. Let's watch.
I'm trying hard, been reaching out for a rainbow. I made a start, but didn't have any love shown. I'm trying hard, I work my skin to the bone. It's just a start, won't let the pain ever show. Although I can't keep up, I can't keep up, because I can't keep up, I can't keep up, I can't keep up. Will someone else show me love? Won't somebody give a fuck? Because I can't keep up. Trying hard to work a way through the system. I made a start, but found that no one was listening. I'm driving on till the break of dawn. I refuse to fall. I'm driving on till the break of dawn. I refuse to fall. 'Cause I can't keep up, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Will someone ever show me love? Won't somebody give a fuck? Because I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Will someone ever show me love? Won't somebody give a fuck? Will someone ever show me love? 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 Someone ever show me love? Will someone ever show me love? Show me love. 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 Show me I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Will someone ever show me love? Won't somebody give a fuck? Because I can't keep up.
Amazing work, Kian.
Hi, hi.
Before you go, we would like to mention that there are alternative funding options if you are unable to receive financial support from your band. There are other organizations that you can submit applications to for funding. These include, but are not limited to, Inspire Foundation, Dreamcatcher Charitable Foundation, Métis Nation of Ontario, Canada Post, Mississaugas of the Credit, and a lot of other organizations. But don't forget the Ontario Arts Council and Toronto Arts Council Artist Development Funding. If you're in need of funding application assistance, contact us at the Centre for Indigenous Theatre. No student has ever been turned away due to lack of funding.
Please make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook to stay updated on CIT news and updates. We would like to thank our funders. With their generous support, we are able to provide a school for our students, the Department of Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, the Toronto Arts Council, Misway Beak Aboriginal Employment and Training, Hastings Park Foundation of Rights and Freedoms, and Ontario Arts Foundation.
Thank you for attending CIT's program info session. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and we will get back to you.
See you soon.